Hi John, so we're going to talk about the train to Clifden, is it?
That's right. The train from Galway to Clifden, it was a narrow gauge, but it got you to Clifden, and people often went on holidays with their cases and so on and so forth to Clifden, because there was lovely hotels in the area, and they were able to then get a jaunting car from the station to the lovely hotel. It might be a few miles away, but there was hotels also in Clifden, of course. And but one time when I was in Clifden, I was looking at the station house to have what used to be part of it. That used to be where you got your tickets for the station for the railway, and I saw one in Clifden from Clifden to Oldcastle in County Meath, which is not on the main line. You'd have to go and change maybe in Mullingar and then get another line, but you'd be able to get to Oldcastle. So you could go from Oldcastle for your holidays, put your case on the train, and off you went, and you could wind up in Clifden, beside the sea, and the next port of call is the United States of America. Now, as you look here we have the 12 pins in front of us, and that's what we used to call it, the 12 pins, when I was in Boyle, County Roscommon. And I remember I used to be coming here, I used to be looking for 12 pins, and I said, I don't see any pins, but they were actually called bends, so it was a pronunciation of the 12 pins.
And listen to me, John, what happened to the train that was going to Clifden?
Naturally, when Todd Andrews, copying Lord Beeching in England, who started closing railway tracks in towns and villages that was connected, and as they were that stupid, that's what they did. Now they're trying to restart some of them again because it was a very crazy thing to do. But naturally, the Fianna Fáil crowd contacted him here, and Todd Andrews was as good a bully as you could find, and he rode roughshod over everybody and closed the railways right, left and centre, promising the people that they wouldn't be isolated, there'd be a bus service. But did you ever hear of promises being kept? They were more isolated than ever. There was even a train to Kilmainham Wood, County, it's in County Meath, but it's nearer King's Court, and of course there was a train there. So there was a train even to Kilmainham Wood and going through it to some other villages. Every village in the country was connected, and Todd Andrews closed them and didn't waste much time in taking up all the equipment and knocking the bridges so as they couldn't be built again. Did you ever see anything so short-sighted? Including the trams in Holt. There was a great service and would have been a tourist attraction if they had anything between their ears.
And Todd Andrews was the chairman of RTE, is that correct?
He was.
So
there was all jobs for these fellas that had caused such harm, and his two sons was elected to Dáil Éireann and were ministers, and one of them now I think is an MEP for Sinn Féin. He crossed from Fianna Fáil to Sinn Féin.
And then you have Ryan Tubridy, who's connected.
He's another relative, yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's
it's
related.
all jobs for the boys.
Yeah.
And of course it's not right, of course. But the fact that man closed those railways when people objected at the time. But the same way now as to have us all isolated, they seem to think that they can do what they like.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. So here we are driving. We could have got in a train and had comfort. And perhaps a carriage to ourselves, first class. Yeah. Because there was, I think, a couple of classes. So you could be sitting down and maybe a lad would come around with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and I'd ask you, would you like a boat?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was great. And people, funny enough, used to stop at some of the places with a red flag to stop the train so they could get on it.
That's great. Thanks, John.
Yeah.